Hey everyone, it's an insightful conversation as we discussed four major questions which were asked by my audience and students. And I believe that this would help you a lot assess yourself and incorporate things which were suggested by the expert tutor Reshma Ma'am on Englishyaari. So we enjoy talking to each other while discussing these major problems which are hindering learners' progress. Okay. If you are not aware, let me tell you, Englishyaari is a platform which connects you with expert tutors who are well versed in English language and are excellent at creating the environment, the comfortable environment for learners while helping them improve their English fluency, enhance their confidence, and mitigate the fear while speaking. These one on one conversations would definitely help you improve exponentially and with ease. They would not make any pressure or they would help you to be patient in the journey. So, if you are looking to improve your English, the link is in the description box. Do book a trial session.
Good
Hi,
morning. Good morning, ma'am. How are
good
you?
morning. Good morning. I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. How are you doing?
I'm also doing fantastic. Thank you so much for asking me too.
Yes. How
We
is
are.
your day going?
It has just started, but yes, before that I did worship.
Mm-hmm.
So it has started with a good note, I would say.
Yes, great. Okay, so how are you doing other than your, your work, your YouTube? How is everything going?
Everything is going perfectly fine these days. Not these days, for us for so long. It has been going great. Yeah. So I'm enjoying everything. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, so what do you want to do for the session? You have anything in your mind?
Yes, I have four major questions based on my observation. At the same time, a few of my audience and students have asked these questions. So I picked
Mm-hmm.
four of them, and I found that I think that you are the right person to discuss these questions with.
Okay, let's see about that.
Okay, so first question is that a person asked me, a person who speaks really fast while speaking, and hence he makes a lot of mistakes in past
Mm-hmm.
and present, and he forgets to take proper pauses whenever
Mm-hmm.
that is required. That's his problem. So I suggested him to start reading slowly, so gradually you can incorporate speaking slowly, because directly if you focus on speaking slowly, that would maybe not help you that much, but start reading slowly. And then he
Mm-hmm.
told me that yes, he reads really fast. So he tried reading slowly, but then he came and asked me that, ma'am, when I read fast, I'm able to comprehend everything properly, but when I read slowly, I'm not able to comprehend. So what would you suggest here? What can help him actually to slow down a bit?
Mm. Okay, so if he's a person who is speaking really fast or his pace is very fast, he should actually try to reduce it,
Hmm.
going in a slow pace to make sure more than anything, clarity is important. That's the first thing he should understand because what is the whole point of communication? The other person should understand what I am saying, and I should understand what the other person is saying. So, for that, he needs to bring clarity as a word in and then go on with sentences. See, if somebody does the same thing to him where they are speaking in a very fast pace and he's not able to grasp it, that means that person is very fast and he's not able to understand. So give him the example of that. Along with that, ask him to select a random topic, ask him to speak, at the same time record it.
Hmm.
Okay, so when he records it, after he records it and he hears it, he'll understand how he's going. He'll
Hmm.
understand his pace. He'll understand where are the mistakes he's making. Ask him to practice slow reading. Like you said, reading
Hmm.
is a good option. Ask him to practice slow. It's not about comprehending. Yes, comprehending is a factor there. But when it comes to communication, comprehending is not the point there.
Hmm.
You comprehending is not the point there. The other person comprehending yours is the point there.
Hmm.
So ask him to practice slow reading, and it's not something that happens very fast. Maybe because throughout his life he's been going like an express train or his pace was pretty fast.
Hmm.
Tell him that it's gonna take some time, but have patience. It's gonna be all right.
Absolutely. And this is what I tell to many people, that start recording and analyze yourself, because the
Yes,
feedback you give to yourself is going to help you actually. And your mind, the conscious mind, will become aware of the mistakes, that, prevalent mistakes that you
exactly.
make while speaking. Okay.
Exactly.
That
Yes.
was amazing. And I hope that it would help many people out there. The next
Exactly.
is a person said that. While reading, I don't understand properly. But as many
Mm-hmm.
trainers have suggested that you have to read a lot in order to be a very good communicator. But the person is not able to understand. So he has to stop in between and find out the meanings of words. So it means that in every sentence, the person gets a new word. So then it becomes a little laborious and monotonous, the reading. Hence, the person is not able to incorporate the habit of reading. So, what would
Okay.
you suggest, that they just keep reading in order to improve fluency and in order to comprehend, or should they stop after every second sentence and find out the meanings? What would you suggest?
Okay, so reading is something that needs a lot of focus. It's not something that happens overnight. See, if you're a person who's developed the habit of reading at a very tender age, it's easier for you. But if you are, see, there are two types of people. One person who's passionate about this language, the other person who's very ambitious about this language. So both of them have two different points of view. One person is forced to learn this language because of the circumstances,
Mm-hmm.
whereas the other person loves doing it. That's why he or she is doing it. So the person who is ambitious towards this language, one thing I would tell them, reading is not the only option to improve your language. And
Mm-hmm.
reading is not just with books. Reading can be in any form. You
Mm-hmm.
go, you are passing by, you're traveling, you see a hoarding, that's also reading. You're
Mm-hmm.
scrolling through your mobile, you see a caption, you see a phrase, that's also reading. So reading needn't be just about books. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, books do have a lot to do in common when it comes to reading. One advice I would give to that person is, if you're not interested in reading, do not read.
Mm-hmm.
Because already you're forced to learn this language. You are reaching a point where you're going to hate this language again by forcing
Mm-hmm.
yourself to do something. If you are very adamant on reading, then go with books which will give you a curiosity in reading. One
Mm-hmm.
is that. Second, go with simple books. Go with Indian authors
Mm-hmm.
because they have very simple language. One good author who has simple language is R.K. Narayanan.
Mm-hmm.
His books are really good, but he uses simple language. The same is Ruskin Bond. He is a foreign writer, but he writes Indian books. So he is also good. He is a child novelist also. So
Mm-hmm.
his novels are pretty much easier to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think about your age when you're starting to read. Start with simple books. Panchatantra works. Adobe Fables also works. That's also
Mm-hmm.
reading, right? So when
Yeah.
you're a beginner, when you want to inculcate a habit, you start with the base.
Mm-hmm.
I can give you an example for that also. When you're learning math,
Mm-hmm.
okay, only people who are very good in math can directly jump to algebra and geometry.
Yeah.
But somebody who is just starting to learn this language will always start with the base. They'll
Yeah.
start to get to know the numbers, they'll go with addition, subtraction, multiplication, so forth and so on. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, whenever you are trying to inculcate a habit, don't jump to the bigger part first. Try to set a base for you and then move on to the later part, is what I
Mm-hmm.
would suggest.
Absolutely. That happened with me too when I started. And I feel that as a beginner, you would face a problem because you don't know a lot of words. You have just started, so
Mm,
maybe 300 to 500 words you are aware of, or maybe have heard while listening to people. So, what
exactly.
I did was that I kept going. I didn't stop
Hmm.
because my aim was clear, to just bring fluency first and build a habit, not to comprehend
Yes,
everything. That was not the aim.
exactly.
So I think if your aim is also clear, that if you want to comprehend or you just want to build a habit. So I
Yes.
did one thing, that I wanted to build a habit. So I kept going, and I tried simultaneously to infer the meaning based on the entire sentence, not just the word. What people do is
Yes.
that they focus on the word, that I don't know the meaning. But
Mm.
if you read the entire sentence, you would be able to
Yes, you'll
understand
understand
of
them.
it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So, and at the same time, do not just give a bigger task to read 50 pages a day. You
Mm.
can go with two
Mm.
pages. That would also help.
Don't
Okay,
stress
absolutely.
yourself on anything, right? Because when you are
Mm,
starting to learn something, your mind or your brain should be able to process it first. So start with small things and then go
mm,
on to the bigger picture. is what I would
Yeah.
suggest.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. The next is one person connected to me from London. She is from India, but she lives there. So she told me that she is quite good already at English. She is quite confident while speaking with other strangers. But the problem is that at times, when somebody asks her any question, she speaks a lot. She elaborates the topic, but
Mm-hmm.
still she doesn't feel satisfied, and she feels like I haven't delivered it properly yet. So
Mm.
what is this, and how do you comprehend it, or how, what would you like to suggest?
Okay, so this is actually an opinion based question here. It depends upon different people according to the situation. So, if
Mm,
she feels that even after talking for so much, she's not satisfied, that's because she's not given the correct point there. She was not sticking to the point, but she
mm,
was elaborating on different things outside the box. Say, for example, if somebody asks you, what is your name? Okay, the answer is simple. My name is Reshma.
mm,
Okay, but then my name is Reshma, my grandfather's name is this, my father's name is this. So you keep on elaborating, but you
mm,
forget to stick on to the point. You just have to highlight the point. So tell her it's always good to stick to the point. It is not
mm,
about your elaborative answers, it's
mm,
all about communicating the things which is asked. So always stick on to the things that is being asked. Try
mm,
to understand the question first. Before they finish the question, you start answering. That is something that I've seen in most of the learners here. Before I
mm,
complete the question, they start answering it. So I believe no,
mm,
you have to be calm. When one person is talking, allow them to talk, allow them to speak, allow them to finish the question. Only when you feel like they've put a full stop, start answering.
mm,
So listen to the question. See, listening is also very important because your response is regardless of that. Whenever somebody is asking you a question, make sure you are understanding the question. If you've not understood, you can still ask them to repeat again.
mm,
Right. So
mm,
when somebody is asking you a question, listen it properly and then respond. So you'll have more clarity in your words. And the other person listening will also understand what you're trying to say. So listening
mm.
is very important in that case and answering after they have done speaking.
Absolutely. Yeah, I do agree. Because at times when I edit my videos, then I recognize, okay, the person asked something different. I should have answered in a different way, and I didn't answer
Yes.
exactly what the person asked. And it is something that I have realized multiple times. So that then I
Yes.
started paying a little more attention what exactly the person is asking, but still it happens. Another thing is that I recently have started writing practice. I don't do much, but once a week I
Mhm.
try, I force myself. So, what happened, even in order to write a paragraph of 270 words, I have to think a lot. Then somebody suggested me to pay attention to the question, exactly what is asked.
Mm.
In writing also,
Yes.
you many people would resonate with it. In writing also, we are given a question, but we when we start writing, a lot of things
Yes.
starts coming, and then we beat around the bush. We write a lot of things which are maybe
Yes.
not relevant to the topic. So if that is happening even with writing, how can you just control while speaking? So it is again
Speaking.
a
Yes.
constant practice. So I'm struggling while writing too. So I read the question
Mm.
5 to 6 times, and I take 1 hour to write even 250 words, 270 words. So it is
Wow.
really challenging for me for this time. And I feel that once you are clear with the question, when you comprehend exactly question, you would stick to the point, and you would not go
Yes.
here and there. And thank you
Mm-hmm.
so much. Yeah, I really agree with it. Another is this is something I have recently come across. Two or three students of mine are so passionate about the language. At times they become restless. At times they, like, call me after 10 p.m. to in the day when they are studying. They are confused and they are overwhelmed. So this journey becomes overwhelmed because they expect the result as soon as possible,
Mm.
and that is why they
Yes.
do a lot of things at the same time. And again they are even asking what next I should do, what next I should do. And while
Mm-hmm.
presenting, they keep that in mind that I have to perform well or I should be perfect. In the
Mm.
classes they don't come with the kind of mindset of learning. They come with the kind of mindset of performing better, performing well.
Mm.
Though it is nice, but do not overdo it, so then it becomes overwhelming and it demotivates them. What would you like to
Yes.
suggest them?
So one thing I would ask them to do is take it slow, because this is a journey, it's a process, and it's something it's going to take a lot of time. Especially, see, if you're a person who has started learning this language from your school days, it would be easier for you to cope up with it because you've
Mm,
set your language, you've set your base. The only thing would be the last one, which is vocabulary to bring out. But if
mm,
you're a person who started at a middle age, maybe 20s or later on, it should be something that has to be taken slow. I always tell my learners this. See,
mm,
before I after I take a demo session, before I wind up, I tell them I'm going to be brutally honest about this. There's no time limit for this particular language or anything that you learn. That
mm,
you it takes a lot of time for you to be perfect. And even if you feel like you're perfect, you'll feel no, I've not reached it yet. So tell them it's a process, it's going
mm,
to take some time, and it's not about the destination, it's about the journey that matters. One thing we can promise is you'll see progress. You can compare your first, when you're beginning, ask them to take a video of a random topic, ask them to record it, keep that as a preserve it, and then maybe after 2 months or 3 months, take
mm,
another video of the same topic, record it, and compare both. Then
mm,
you'll understand the progress that you have. You've not reached the end result till then.
mm,
So rather than focusing on the goal, focus on your progress.
mm,
Right, because it's going to take some time, no matter what. Especially, see, you begin with confidence. That's the beginning step. You should be confident enough, because if you start by learning the language and then focus on confidence, there's no point. When you're speaking with somebody, you should have the guts to speak to somebody. So
mm,
for that, confidence is the beginning part of this. Then comes your language, your fluency, your grammar, everything in a nutshell. So
mm.
focus on your progress rather than the goal is one thing that you can suggest to your learner.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It means keeping a track of your progress and
Yes.
maintaining the same kind of consistency and motivation is essential.
Mm,
Uh,
exactly.
it's quite challenging. I do agree because I started my journey in 2022 from scratch, from zero. I wasn't good at all. So it took a lot of time, and still I'm improving. Still I'm learning every day. So I think we need to be really patient when it comes to learning a language. So thank you
Exactly.
so much.
Yes.
That's all I wanted to ask. Now the ball is in your court. Anything that you can that you would like to ask?
Yeah, so you told me about writing, right? I was
Yeah.
very curious about that. So do you do it on a regular basis? Do you write something on a regular basis?
Uh, no, not on a regular basis, but whenever I have to write about my script or about related to my own experience of talking to someone or about my day, that how was it, if I enjoy, while talking to the universe, if I want to write a gratitude letter. That's what I enjoy most. I don't feel anything bad about it. But when it comes to describing a topic, write an essay, that becomes challenging for me, and that I'm not
Mm.
consistent with. I do it once a week so far, and I have decided to just before completing 2025 I should be very good at writing. So I have taken this initiative yesterday itself. Yesterday I wrote a one essay, and I thought that every day I'll write one essay. At least it would take maybe 1 hour, but I have to. And simultaneously I also struggle with generating ideas and put constructing sentences properly while writing. That also I struggle with, because while in speaking, that is very, I think, that's quite different when it comes to write an essay on a particular topic that's which is based on academic. That's quite different. So I take a help of chat gpt in between, suggest me some collocations or words to describe this particular topic. This is how I've started, and I'm treating myself a baby here, because if I don't know, I would not be able to. But if I write with ChatGPT, maybe for first 15 days, gradually my mind will pick all those words and structure, and then I will
Yes.
give this task to myself to write on my own, and then I'll ask ChatGPT to check and help me. So this is how I have started it.
Yes, understood. Absolutely. So I was just curious about what you would do with writing. It's not an easy task. Writing is, I feel, most of the people they feel speaking is harder when compared to writing. But for me, I feel writing is a little bit harder
True.
because the way you have to expand, you have time also. So because you
Mm.
have a lot of time, you overthink a lot. Okay, this should be the word. No, this should be the word. So I inculcated the habit of writing by writing journals every day. what did I do on a regular basis. And
Uh,
that helped me a lot because I
mhm,
was a school teacher before. It helped me to process things in a better way and give variety of topics to my students also. So I
mhm,
think journaling was something that helped me a lot to improve my writing
mhm.
skills.
Oh,
Just
okay,
wanted to
that's
share
great.
that, right?
I do
Yes.
it, like I write these things, but not every day. I think I should start
Mm.
journaling every day. That would made me, for example, like how reading helped me to build a habit of reading. Now I'm habitual of
Exactly.
reading. Just like that, I would be able to
Yes.
build a habit of writing. It would become
Exactly.
easier for me. Yeah. Thank you so
Yes.
much for
Yeah.
the suggestion. It is really
No
a great
problem.
help.
Yes. So thank you so much, Rajani. It was lovely talking to you. That was the question that I had for you. I have another session in length. That's why I'm trying to wind up
Yeah.
pretty fast. Thank you for joining. I think last time we had a lot of technical issues and we were
Yeah.
not able to do it properly. So this time, by God's grace, we were able to conduct it properly. Thank
Hmm.
you for booking. Thank you. I hope to see you again. Take care.
Likewise, I really enjoyed it. It was really insightful, and I hope that this session would definitely help many people out there. Thank you so
Yes.
much for your time and have a great
Thank
day
you.
ahead. Yeah. Bye bye.
Thank you. Same to you. Bye.